Part 2 of how I spent $5,432 on a date and got a restraining order from Beyonce. We back in VIP. Soon as we get to VIP, it's a group of girls like sitting on the couch and they all got on like slides and flats, right? And they holding their heels or they chilling, they having drinks because they had a Douce thing. Once you got back there, it was free Douce, all the drinks you can drink. Ain't that mixture with the lemonade and the Douce, the ape shit, like that shit crazy. Like that shit was bananas. I got so lit off of that. We coolin', we chilling, you know what I'm saying? It seemed like the celebrities were sort of hanging with the celebrities, common folk hanging with common folk, right? So we, mixing and matching or whatever. And so as soon as we get back there, she's like, we're talking to those girls, the group of girls, and they all like from all over the country. And, they talking and sharing stories or whatnot. And she's struggling in these heels. She is struggling. And so she's like, can you go get the shoes for me? And I'm like, I'm not going back to the car I'm not going all the way back to the car? After I told you to get these shoes 3 or 4 times, like, I'm not going back to the car. Why all the girls look at me and be like, why won't you? Oh my God. I was like, so I went over to the security dude and I was like, hey man, how do I get back to the parking lot, right? And he's like, look, it's a long way walking. And the trolley done already left. Now, I can call him over here, but you're going to have to tip him, right? And I was like, how much am I going to tip him? Which is like $50-$60 or whatever to take you all the way to the car and back. So I'm like, okay, man, just tell him to come by and pick me up or whatever. So he comes by, he picks me up, takes me all the way to the car. I get out, get the slides, come back, come all the way in, right? I get into the VIP area after I've been gone probably like 25 minutes, right? Yeah, this is the part that pissed me off. Yeah, I would never be the same. So I walk in the VIP. The group of girls, they all on their phones. They all like eyes is watering, like, crying, like all this like emotion. Like you could just tell it was like just so much like emotion in the room. Slim Thug, all those dudes was gone, right? Because they probably went backstage at this point. So it was really just the people who bought tickets back there. And I'm like, what happened? And I don't see old girl no more, right? I don't see her at all. So now I'm holding a pair of slides. All these girls is emotional. And I'm like, I don't know what's happening at this point. So I asked the one girl, I'm like, hey, what's wrong? You know what I'm saying? What's happening right now? And she's like, did something happened? They canceled the show? Like, what happened, right? Yeah, Beyonce came in here and took pictures with us and, meet and greet and, all this stuff. Now, that was not part of the package. None of the things they said that she was going to come back there. Why her and Jay-Z came back there, right? Bruh. Like, you don't understand how salty I am, right? My birthday is September 5th. Beyonce's is September 4th. We meet at midnight. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z is my favorite rapper of all time. And I missed them both for a chick who is no longer even in the room. And for her not wearing slides that I told her to wear. Fam, I was on fire. I immediately went to the Douce table and I was like, sir, please put an IV in my left arm because I want it all. So I text old girl. I'm texting her. She don't respond. 10 minutes before the show starts, she comes back. And I'm like, where was you at? What happened? And she was like, oh, I knew, one of the original members of Destiny's Child was there. And she knew her and she knew her hairdresser. So she went with them backstage or whatever. So all the celebrities went back there and she was with them. And so when we got seated, they set us right next to old girl. Like I can't remember the one short one that was originally in the group and then she wasn't, that one. We would sit next to her hairdresser, her little entourage or whatever. And so PJ Tucker had walked like past us on the thing. And so he was like, you know what I'm saying? He waved and then he threw up the, peace sign to old girl and she waved back or whatever. And I was just like, what? But then I was like, you know what? You not my woman. I'm not your man. We just here together, but not together, right? So I'm cool, right? So now we in the little VIP seating area. And so she's talking to, the original member's hairdresser. And I'm over in the on the other side getting a drink, talking to like this other young lady who was a entrepreneur just like me. So we was talking about some stuff. And so old girl like looking at me side-eye the whole time, like, why ain't you talking to her? This is third. I'm like, girl, you got my woman. We just happen to be here together. So she comes over and just stands next to me and start rubbing my back and the back of my head. And she's just like, oh, honey, babe, come over here. I want you to meet so-and-so. And so I tell old girl, I'm like, hey, I'm going to go see what she got going on. But so when we on our way walking over there, I'm like, hey, we already covered this in, the parent-teacher conference. Like, what are you doing right now? You know what I'm saying? And she's like, well, I understand we're not together, but I kind of feel like this is the beginning of something. And I kind of feel weird that you're talking to other women or whatever. We sort of established, whatever. And the thing is, I wasn't even talking to her like that. I was talking to her like, yo, I'm an insurance broker in your state. You know what I'm saying? She was a realtor. I'm like, we trying to build a connection. Let's get this thing popping, right? And so she's like, okay, I understand. You're back here networking, da-da-da. She go back over, talk to the hairdresser. They laugh and joking. So I'm talking again to like a group of, because it wasn't nothing back there but females, nothing back there but women. So I'm talking to like a group of 3 girls and I'm telling them like, what I'm saying, you should really, look into getting the IUL, instead of just leaving this money sitting in the bank, because she had this large sum of money just sitting in the bank. Once again, she like this, she looking, and here she comes. She come tiptoeing back over there and she's like, hey, hey, they got our seats ready. You want to come sit down by me? And she like grabbed me by the hand and like started pulling me over there to go, sit down. So we go sit down and I'm like, hey, why you keep doing that? Like what is going on right now? Like, is this something happening that I don't know that is happening that I need to know about? And she's just like, I just want to let you know that I think we can do some amazing things together and all this stuff, right? So I'm like, yeah, because it was a lot of stuff, like, it's a lot of stuff like I did not like about her, but she was cool, but I wasn't like trying to press the issue, if you will. So we sitting there, she disappears again, right? Now she had on this dress and she wore one of those pouches, like, what I'm saying, those nice like Gucci pouches, the one that you put all your stuff in or whatever, like a purse or whatever. And then she had her purse. And so she disappears again. She's gone for probably like 20 minutes. Y'all, fam, we in VIP. She disappears for 20 minutes. Fam, why the fuck did she come out the bathroom with that hoodie on? See me in part 3. It's not even juicy yet.